For more on the role Egypt plays in this conflict in the Middle East, Mirette Mabrouk joins us now, and she's the director of the Egypt and Horn of Africa program. Thanks for joining us. Egypt is refusing to provide a safe corridor for any Palestinian refugees looking to flee Gaza. As a border country to Israel, what role has Egypt played historically in this conflict and now?
Okay. So first of all, secondly, if I may, Egypt is not refusing to provide safe passage. What Egypt, actually in coordination with the Palestinians, is refusing to do is allow for more dispossession. What Egypt is looking at are the refugee camps in Lebanon and Jordan that hold 500,000 respectively, and more than 2 million people who were expelled or fled Palestine in 1948, 56, and 67, and their descendants are still stuck in those camps with no right of return. Israel does not allow for a right of return. So what Egypt is looking at, again in coordination with the Palestinians, is to prevent further dispossession and displacement and disenfranchisement of Palestinians. What Egypt has tried to do was bring in humanitarian aid and was prevented at the border. And at the moment, the border crossing, because you have to remember, there are only two ways in and out of Gaza. One is controlled by Israel and the other one is controlled by Egypt. And what Egypt was trying to do was bring in humanitarian aid and was not able to do so. So at the moment, there's something of a holding pattern.
Yes, we've been speaking with humanitarian aid workers who have been relying on that passage from Egypt into Gaza in order to provide, given the full blockade that currently exists. I'm curious, though, if we could just stick with the question of refugees. Understood that there are a lot of people that do not want to leave for exactly the reasons that you articulated. But if anyone did want to leave Gaza and go to Egypt, would that be permitted? Does Egypt have the ability to house potentially an influx of refugees?
Yes. While Egypt doesn't want a breach of the border and doesn't want a repeat of what happened in 2015 when thousands of people broke through the border, it's already taken preparations. I think on Sunday, the governor of North Sinai held a crisis meeting, and they have put aside public buildings and hospitals and private housing to allow to house refugees if they did have to come across. They have tons of food and medical aid ready, because they do realize that this is very, very likely to happen, because even if you don't want to leave your homes in the middle of the carnage that we're currently seeing, it's very possible that people are going to come streaming over the border. And yes, the Egyptians are prepared for it, and it's probably going to happen.
That's one implication. What are some of the others? This conflict for the whole region as a whole, when we think about the recent past and this idea that they were trying to broker a peace, and once again.
Well, Egypt has played such a tremendous role
absolutely
in normalizing relations, et cetera.
Over the last 30 years.
Yeah,
right.
It does feel like there is a regression that is happening right now. Certainly there is this instability. So what are the implications?
You're right. So what nobody wants to see is for this conflict to spill over the borders. And generally speaking, as you pointed out, Egypt is generally the go-to mediator because it has excellent credibility with both Israel, with which it has long-standing economic, political, military, and intelligence ties, and all branches of the Palestinians, because you have to remember that Hamas does not represent all Palestinians. But in this case, and also Qatar would probably be involved as well. But in this case, at the moment, tensions are so high and there is so much carnage that nobody is in a mood to talk. So everything is in a holding pattern. But what people are worried about is that this will spill over the borders, because I think we will have seen it in the US with, trouble on campuses and demonstrations, but you're also likely to see repeats of that in the region, and that's what governments are worried about.
So when you say spill over in the borders, you mean the violence to spill over beyond where it is regionally and into other countries, Mirette?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I mean, people are worried about the Lebanese border because, of course, you've got Hezbollah on the Lebanese border. But also, you have to remember that these are militants and you don't really know what's coming over on the border. So, yes, there is, unfortunately, potential for the conflict to spread. We hope that it doesn't. We pray that it doesn't. And I think governments, all governments in the region are watching out for this.
Mirette Mabrouk, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.